Hello, everybody. This is Bennett Tchaikovsky, and welcome to our preview for the fall semester. I realize I just made one of these for summer, but fall is coming around the corner, and we're going to be publishing spring soon, I believe. So we'll be getting on that as well. So having a banner day here. In any event, welcome. Our disclaimer and copyright notice: the information and opinions in this presentation are those of myself and not my employers or affiliated organizations, including but not limited to Irvine Valley College and the South Orange County Community College District. The presentation is for educational purposes only and does not constitute any legal or accounting advice whatsoever. So what exactly is IVC 30 to CPA? And I'm probably going to be changing this soon to IVC to CPA, as the 30 unit requirement is slowly disappearing, but we are still going to be here to help you essentially take and pass that. We want you to get adequately prepared to really help you go into the future with regards to your CPA education. So since 2009, IVC has been offering courses meant to assist students with meeting the educational requirements to become a CPA. And obviously, these are now going to be changing, but starting in January 2027, there's going to be a new pathway, which you just essentially need a bachelor's degree with 24 semester units of accounting, 24 business units, and then 3 semester units of accounting ethics or ethics studies. I mean, actually, accounting ethics or auditing is probably the better way to put it. But we're very, very blessed at Irvine Valley. We have amazing students such as yourselves, and it's a great place to teach, great place to take classes. And again, we're here to help you succeed. I always love getting the calls of former students who are now CPAs. So hopefully you'll be getting that. I'll be getting that same call from you. The other thing I just want to kind of mention too is that even if you're not going to be taking classes at Irvine Valley, my email address will be in the very back of the presentation. In the event you need help with your mapping, more than happy to basically help you out. If in the event that you are kind of going through and doing it, like another one of my favorite calls to make is to say, okay, you can sit for the exam now. You don't have to take any classes at IVC. And that seems to be against my own personal self-interest that you're not going to be a student here, but that's okay. It's about you becoming a licensed certified public accountant, especially in today's job market. It's absolutely critical that you take and pass that CPA exam, that you get that work experience. One of the other kind of things too is that, beyond becoming a CPA, if the requirements are really daunting, meaning that if you were say like, okay, I want to get into a different career, we have classes to help you become an enrolled agent. I, also have like bookkeeping courses. So there's a lot of different things and a lot of different pathways just kind of beyond the CPA route, which you can also kind of go through and explore. So basically becoming a CPA the old way through December 31st, 2028. Note in some jurisdictions, such as in Washington State, this is going to 2035. But the old way, and then we've got the new way, which is what I just mentioned about the 24 accounting, 24 business, 3 accounting units. Then you need 2 years of work experience, and then you need to pass the CPA exam. One of the things also that we are currently working on are various different certificates. And if you're able to obtain those certificates through Irvine Valley, it will reduce your work experience time from 2 years down to 18 months. And I will be making, once those get approved, I will be going through and making a separate announcement about those. So our fall 2026 offerings, and I kind of like to break these up into 2 different groups, basically our lower division transferable classes, as well as the classes that are meant to just help you with just general accounting skills. So you've got, of course, financial accounting, managerial accounting. Even if you're taking these classes at another school, a lot of our classes use open educational resources to teach the material. I get a lot of students who say, hey, Bennett, can you, send me over your financial accounting homework packets? No problem. Again, this is about you becoming a CPA. For, accounting 1A, 1B for a lot of business majors, this is absolutely required prior to transfer. One thing that makes us a little bit unique is that our testing for these classes is going to be in person. We don't do online testing for these classes, and that can sometimes be somewhat of a put off. For even our asynchronous online, there's going to be at least actually, well, with the orientation, basically 6 mandatory Saturdays that you would have to come in person. I understand that if you're taking the class in a different part of the state, that may not be the best thing for you. But we do have a lot of other classes you can take. Now, whatever you do in terms of accounting 1A or 1B, you want to really make sure you get that solid education. And just by, practice and repetition, you want to learn that skill of accounting. So we got accounting 52 and accounting 112.1, 112.2, 112.3. These are offered through our CIM department. And they're basically cross-listed. These are going to really kind of help you with most employers. You've got to know how to use that artificial intelligence responsibly. And you also need to know how to use spreadsheets. So data analytics, spreadsheets, absolutely critical for your success and accounting or pretty much any business profession now. We offer QuickBooks courses. We offer a payroll class. We also offer a bookkeeping and general accounting course. The QuickBooks has a section that's a little bit of a delayed start, as well as the bookkeeping and general accounting class has a delayed section as well. So in terms of our enrolled agent slash CPA focus courses, this is really kind of be our bread and butter. We offer intermediate accounting 1, and when we offer courses via Zoom, it's not done basically lightheartedly. It's really because there are certain types of classes that you want to have done with an instructor to help explain it. Intermediate accounting, doing it asynchronously can be pretty challenging to do. I Even if I'm making the very best videos in the world, not having like that live interaction so you can not ask questions, really important. We're also offering tax courses, including individual income tax, business income tax, and tax policies and procedures. Now, when it comes to these tax courses, what you want to kind of be thinking about is like, well, if I'm interested in becoming an enrolled agent, these classes were designed to basically help you essentially go through and to achieve that, basically getting that education to become an enrolled agent. So again, if you're taking these classes, can help you prepare for the EA. Now, the other thing will also help you prepare for at least definitely the 206A, 207A is going to be for regulation. There's also another part of the CPA exam called tax compliance and planning. That particular course also has, there's also basically something for that where these tax courses will also help you prepare for that section as well. Accounting ethics, this is a class that I teach that's online asynchronous. Again, love to have you in that class. A lot of fun. Also, this fall, we're going to be teaching, as we have done the prior 2 fall semesters, as financial statement analysis. The very first year I did it, I was having students compare. I choose retailers. So the first year I had Target and Walmart. Next year, I had Dollar Tree and Dollar General. And then when I had an incident, well, there was no incident, but one of my students felt like a little bit scared. Hey, we kind of like I'm pulling the plug on Dollar Tree and Dollar General. Not those are fine companies, but we want to kind of choose companies because I do want you to visit the retailer as part of the class. I probably do something that's going to be a little bit safer for you. Then the fun thing is that Professor Bradshaw is going to be broadcasting live on Wednesday nights from 7 to 9:50 p.m. This is an online asynchronous class. You can also attend in person if you want to attend, but if you're planning taking the Information Systems and Controls class or ISC part of the CPA exam, this class is an absolute must. Again, great course. And then we also have our traditional financial statement auditing class, which is Accounting 275B, which is taught by Deanna Bowden. Great class. She also teaches at Cal State Fullerton. Registering early for your classes is absolutely critical. And registering as a student at IVC early is really critical. And the reason why is if you contact me right now and you say, Bennett, I can't get into for pretty much any of the classes we offer, if it's full, I can generally help you. The only one that's going to be harder to help you with is the honors classes, but generally anything else other than the honors classes, if the class is full, I can help you get into those classes. But it's a lot easier to do if you're contacting me like a week ahead of time, 2 weeks ahead of time, rather than at the very, very last minute. And just to kind of one other thing that a lot of you will probably need to do, especially if you're going to be going through and taking courses such as, accounting ethics or financial statement or auditing financial statements, is that some of the classes have a financial accounting and or a managerial accounting prerequisite. Okay. And a lot of you don't have to retake the class at IBC, but rather there is a process. And the process is, I'm going to link this below, you're going to essentially go to student forms. When you go to student forms, what's going to happen is this is going to take you here. You're going to, after you've registered as a student, you're going to come down over here to prerequisite placement clearance. You're going to have to go through and sign in. And basically, what this is going to do is essentially, I'm requesting to clear a prerequisite or placement based on the following. Um, Tell me the course number you're looking to clear it for, the term, the year, and then basically that support documentation, right? So include your transcripts, right? Essentially, documents have to be submitted in PDF format. These generally come to me. I will either approve it on a one-off basis, or I can also approve it through what we call TES, making sure that those courses are equivalent. So again, that's how you go through and clear prerequisites. So if I go over here and I'm going to IBC, going to here to IBC and go to my classes, and I go to the class schedule, I go to the fall class schedule, and I'm looking up accounting, and I come over here, for example, to accounting 1B. The prerequisite, you see this little locked icon, is accounting 1A. So if you took financial accounting someplace else, you'll have to go through the prerequisite placement clearance process. We have an amazing admissions team. So again, if there's an issue, you can always email me and I can do whatever I can to kind of help you get through that part of it. So that's essentially about clearing prerequisites. Now, we also have a group at IBC called IBC 30 to CPA. And I'm just going to pause just for a second just to kind of show this to you. So right over here in Canvas, if you send me either an IBC or Saddleback email address, once you've been registered, once you've been registered for classes, we have this group called IBC 32 CPA. This is a group that has access to about 60 hours of recorded interviews, different assignments. Well, there's not really assignments. It's essentially what I will do is if you are a student or if you're not a student, as you can kind of see here, I will basically create a Google sheet that is personalized for you. You'll then go through, input all of the classes you have gone through and have taken, and then I will help basically evaluate your units and kind of help you say, okay, these are the classes that I need to go through and to take. Also in this part, we've got sample resumes. I have AI applications to assist you with recruiting. We also use here too, essentially this, IBC 30 to CPA is that if you're looking for full-time work, we post everything job related for accounting through here. We're very fortunate that we have a lot of former students that are sharing job openings with us. A lot of people have had success obtaining employment using this group. And again, I want to thank my former students and future students for referring jobs over to us. But again, this has a lot of different information over here to really kind of help you with the process of essentially basically of going through and obtaining your basically meeting your educational requirements and becoming a CPA. So kind of coming back over here to so essentially, once you're registered as a student, once you've registered into a class, I should be able to add you into IBC 32 CPA, or sometimes once that class starts. So lastly, over here, benefits of joining the group, resume samples, resume review, give you a lot of recruiting guidance, discounts on CPA review courses. Again, if you need, I can get you a discount. You'll see a video that I posted about Ninja CPA review. I also have discounts available for New World CPA review. You need to reach out to me personally. So, but that's kind of that is our fall 2026 semester. Thank you for being here today and watching this overview. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have questions about our programs here at Irvine Valley College, please feel free to email me at ibc32cpa@gmail.com. When I reply back to you, I'll be replying back to you with my IBC email address, which is a mouthful, which was why the shortened version here is a much better one to go with. But even have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you on future videos and hopefully in an IBC class or hearing about you becoming a CPA. Have a great day.